Hello everyone, I am currently sitting in Madikwe Game Reserve at Nkurru Game Lodge, hosting a private guided safari. And this is night 6 of what is a 6-night stay, so sadly it's drawing to an end, but it has been absolutely spectacular. Firstly, the staff who work at this camp are just incredible, always friendly, always happy, always laughing, and they always go out of their way to make sure that the wildlife guests are having an incredible time. The lodge itself, spectacular. The rooms are amazing. The main area is great. And another cool thing about a safari at Nkurru Game Lodge is that we have exclusive use of the lodge. And what this means is that we will only be joined by the guests on the safari, and there won't be any other people that aren't part of the wildlife group in the lodge, which means you can leave all your cameras, your laptops, all your gear, anything you really wish not to carry through to the room and back every day in the main area, and it's perfectly safe, which is amazing. There's a watering hole, so where I'm sitting right now, just to my left, and it is extremely productive, particularly for the drier parts of the year. Animals are drawn into the watering holes and they often come in to drink. And throughout our past 5 or 6 days here this far, we've had elephants come in, we've had rhino come in, buffalo, plains game like your zebra, giraffe, impala, everything just comes into this watering hole. So while you're having breakfast or lunch, you get blessed with a sighting of a massive herd of elephants. And a really special place, and a place that I always enjoy getting back to. Prior to visiting Madikwe Game Reserve, it was probably just over a year ago, I had never travelled to this reserve before, and I always used to belittle the place, thinking that it is not a place I would enjoy. It's not a place worthwhile going to. And in all honesty, this place is incredible. And every time I return, I just cannot wait to get back. And every time I do return, the sightings become more spectacular. It is just a mind-blowing destination. But what I've decided to do is I'm going to hand over to Grant, who manages this particular lodge alongside his wife, Monique. And for a lot of you in the wildlife community, particularly joining us in the Masai Mara during the Great Migration, some of you would have met Grant, and this is what he has to say about this particular reserve, this particular lodge, and it's going to be some pretty worthwhile information, as he's been working here for many years. So over to Grant.
Hi everybody, my name is Grant, and I'm co-hosting this wildlife photographic safari with Mike, and we're almost at the end of it. We've got one more day left, and then sadly they're all going back to Joburg. And yes, what a week we had. The sightings were just off the charts, unbelievable. So I've been working and guiding in Madikwe for about 11-12 years now, and I've been very fortunate enough and lucky enough to be able to share it with my lovely wife Monique. We've been going through this journey together for the last 16-17 years in the industry, and we've been at Nkurru for the last 6 years. It's a corporate lodge inside Madikwe, only sleeps 10 people, very small, intimate. It's a corporate lodge, so we have a few shareholders that owns the property, and we see them a few times a year. And one of my very good friends, Jerry van der Walt, he worked at Nkurru as well before Wildai was born. And in fact, Wildai was actually born at Nkurru itself with Jerry, Jono and Andrew Beck. So from there on in, when Jerry left, we came for the interview at Nkurru. We got lucky enough to get the position, and we're still here. And I kept in contact with Jerry and the team, and I've been fortunate enough to co-host some of the Wildai photographic safaris in the migration, and also other destinations in South Africa like Kruger. So Jerry and the team, they decided quite a few years back to send guests to Nkurru. Because we're a private lodge, we only sleep 10, private vehicle, there's no other people around. So if you book a photographic safari at Nkurru, it's a group of 6 people, the vehicle is not overcrowded, the lodge is not overcrowded, and it's like you're coming home. and it's very flexible as well, which makes a huge difference in your safari experience. So what I mean by that is you are not fixed to times. You have to be back at 9 o'clock for breakfast, we have to be back at 6:30 for dinner. No, if there's something happening out in the field, we spend the time necessary to make sure that the guests get the shot, and that's what's been happening the last week as well. The sightings have been completely off the charts. So the guests arrived on Friday. Most of them flew in from Johannesburg. I went to fetch one couple on the airstrip, and everybody had a lovely lunch, got back, went on safari at 3:30 in the afternoon, and the plans was to go and find the Northwestern Pride, and they've got four small tiny little lion cubs, and we got lucky. We found them, spent some quality time with them, had a fantastic sighting, and then Mike arrived in the evening after dinner. He had a long haul from Timbavati, so Mike drove in safely, checked in, and next morning was a go-go, and the safari officially kicked off on Saturday morning with Mike on board as well, and the sightings have just been every day brilliant, and every day we think, okay, what's gonna beat this morning or this afternoon? And let me tell you, we've been very, very, very lucky. We drove to Cladam one morning after breakfast. We had a morning safari, got back at about 9:30, 10, and I told the guests, listen, it's this time of year, the dams are full, it's nice and warm in the day, let's go out and sit at one of the waterholes and see if we can get any elephant action. Oh my word, did we get elephant action? During that, I think we sat there for about 2 hours. We had just around 350 elephants coming and going, swimming, fighting, playing, just giving everybody the opportunity to get every single elephant shot that you can think of, scenario, interaction. It was incredible. After the dam, we left, and we knew the cheetah were in the north, so we went to look for them, found them, got lucky, had incredible cheetah sighting, cheetahs halfway up a tree, interacting, scent marking, and then we came back to the lodge, thinking that, okay, well, what's going to beat that? Went on afternoon safari, didn't see a hell of a lot, but had a fantastic sunset, almost said sunrise. So next morning went out again in the search of lion, and it was just every day. It's been so good. We did find the lions eventually in the morning, just before the light got too harsh. It was three lions, 2 males and a female. They were in tall grass, and we thought, oh well, not a lot of photographic opportunities there, but we're gonna set it out and see what happens. And they got up, they walked through the long grass, had mountains as a backdrop, and just the guests got incredible footage and images. And that's the thing with Madikwe. Everybody thought many years ago, when I first started in the park and photographic safaris started to become quite a big thing in the tourism sector and safari sector, everybody thought that Madikwe is not a great photographic destination. Why? Because of all the sickle bush. Yes, we've got a lot of sickle bush. We've got a lot of fallen over trees due to our elephant population, but it's a great destination for photography, and we've proven it over and over. And you can look at the images that our guests on this week got during the safari. We've seen 3 different leopard, cheetah, lion, amazing elephant interaction, general game every day, rhino, you name it, and also incredible sighting of a black rhino. Madikwe is one of the few places where you can actually have great black rhino sightings. So it was an incredible week, and you guys can really look at the Wild Eye website and look at the itinerary for the Madikwe safari. You won't regret it. It is a great experience. And also, like 2 nights ago, sitting at Clodam for the sunset, photographed rhino with the sunset, elephants in the sunset, and also we had great laughs. you've got to come on safari and have fun. You've got to have fun on safari. So it was a fun week and great week, incredible. So I'm going to hand over to Mike now. Great chatting to you, and I hope to see you guys soon in Madikwe. Have a good one.
Thank you so much for that, Grant. Some very accurate information, and I can say with no doubt in my mind that I totally agree with you. And for all of you listening to this, the information that Grant just provided is probably some of the best you would hear about this particular reserve. Grant is extremely passionate about what he does, this reserve and this lodge, and I'm sure he is just as excited as I am to hosting you on a Madikwe safari someday soon. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Wild Out Diaries, and yes, have a lovely day further. Cheers for now.